Alright guys, so I usually start making these type of videos this time of year just to kind of sum up what are my favorite earbuds in different categories, different price ranges, and we're going to start off with my favorite earbuds, and we're going to kind of go in different price ranges. But I'm a bass head, so I just like listening to music where I can feel the impact rather than just have it come through dull or just flat. Now, I know a lot of people do prefer like a neutral sound. It's just not something that's always appealed to me. So I'm just going to list some of my favorites. These are just my recommendations. And again, these are going to be the best bass earbuds in different price ranges. Now, the first one that I want to start with is the Tozo NC9. Now, this one comes in at $29. So obviously, we're going to start working our way up when it comes to pricing. But the NC9 has just been one of those earbuds that's been good. And it's been so good that they really just keep revising it every year. They found something that worked and they just improve upon it each year. And it's just really been a big seller for them. And although the noise canceling on these are actually good for the price, it comes in with an IPX8 waterproof rating. And it also has really impressive battery life where you can get 14 hours on the earbuds and 59 hours using the case. It is still the sound that helps these stand out. There's something that Tozo does with their Origex acoustic, whatever technology that they call it, that allows these to have so much space. That's even with having the bass just feeling like it can pound, especially if you're going to be listening to more bass-driven music. Even the app has like 32 different EQ options. There's just so much that you can do with the sound, and it's just so much fun to listen to. There was no way that I was going to leave these off this list. Now, the next one is the Skullcandy Method 360 ANC. This one comes in at $99, and I've told you guys before, every chance that I get to mention these, I'm going to do it. And even though these were tuned by Bose, I'm not sure if it's just because they worked with Skullcandy, they decided to kind of bump it up a little bit when it came to the low end. I'd also said this before that I feel like these are on par with the Quiet Comfort Ultra earbuds, which in my opinion says a lot. And I think that's impressive because of the price tag that comes with the Quiet Comfort Ultras. Just keep in mind that the noise canceling is not on par with the Quiet Comfort Ultras, but you are getting 11 hours of battery life on the earbuds. You're getting 40 hours total using the case. And then when you mix that with the fact that these have such a dynamic sound, again, very aggressive low end, and getting this for under $100, I feel like makes these a complete steal. Now, the next one on the list is the Soundcore Liberty 4 Pros. Now, these come in at $149, although right now they're on sale for $129. And I feel like the design of these is what kind of caused these to get overlooked, because I don't feel like there's a whole lot that's unique on the earbuds themselves, although the case has something unique about it because it has a display and it has the ability to control a lot of things just from the case itself. Just being able to slide and change different settings on the case means you didn't always have to have your phone on you. And the noise canceling on these are very solid. In fact, I would say that this is probably one of Soundcore's best when it comes to noise canceling. It is still the sound in typical Soundcore fashion that makes these stand out. There's, again, something that Soundcore has always been able to do with their earbuds that can make the bass feel like it can hit you in the face, but at the same time feel distant and airy. And it always has like a specific sound signature to Soundcore products, and the Liberty 4 Pros pull this off in a more premium way, again, because of features and noise canceling. And this, in my opinion, again, right at the moment, I feel like it's Soundcore's best overall earbud. Now, the next one on the list is the Denon Pearl Pros. Now, this one comes in at $199, and this earbud is just kind of special to me. I know they've been out for a while, and in fact, they're basically just a rebranded NeuroTrue Pro earbud because Denon, the company, bought out the other company, Neura, and basically just slapped the Denon name on a product that already existed. And these were one of the first ones that incorporated that personalized sound, like going through a hearing test. And it was just always impressive what the NeuroTrue Pro did with the low end. And so Denon really didn't come in and do anything to change this. They knew that it was already a special product, or they wouldn't have been interested in buying the company. But what they did do, or at least where it's at now, is the price has dropped to $199, because I think when it was the NeuroTrue Pros, I think it was around $350, maybe $300, something like that. But it's much cheaper now. and I think is a really good bargain for what you're getting. I think from a sound standpoint, even to this day, there's still really not much that can compete with it. And at $199, I think it's on a whole other level compared to other earbuds in that price range. Now, the next one on the list is the Technics AZ100. Now, these come in at $299, so we're starting to get more into that premium territory where we usually see companies like Sony and Bose. But I just feel like the Technics AZ100s are the standout in the 300-ish price range. The ANC really doesn't compare to the Sony and the Bose, so if you're looking for noise canceling, I'm not going to say that this is the pair that you want to get for that. But I just love the way that these are tuned. I liked all the different EQ options that they had. And again, I just think this is one of the best earbuds, period, when it comes to sound. And luckily, they didn't come in trying to make it neutral or flat, even though they're labeled as reference class. They just have plenty of dynamics in the sound. The bass is surprisingly powerful, and they also have 10 hours of battery life on the earbuds with about 28 hours using the case, which really means you can just use these through a full workday, enjoy the sound, and not have to worry about them dying throughout the day. So again, I just think it's one of the best, if not the best, in this price range. So now we're getting to the Geekfly VAS. And so this is where we're talking about a pair of earbuds that a lot of people in the comment section just labeled these as overpriced. And that's without even trying them. Now, I do understand that $400 is a lot for a pair of earbuds, and I do also understand that some people think it's not worth paying that kind of money for something that has a battery in it that will eventually die over time. Although I'm kind of confused because that's what we do whenever we're buying cell phones that cost way more than this. But this is an audio product that completely shines when it comes to audio, which I've said a million times, that is what matters to me. And I feel like the hidden thing about the VAS are they look like a pair of IEMs, so you would kind of think that they would have more of an analytical approach to them. And while they still do technically, because they do have a lot of details in the mids and the treble, I still feel like it is the bass that showed they weren't holding back with these. In fact, even with messing around with all of the different EQ settings that are in the app, which the app does suck on these, but again, messing around with the different EQ settings, no matter which one I had it in, they still seem to have this aggressive punch to them. So right now, for me anyway, these are sitting at the top when it comes to sound quality. The bass has a lot to do with this, and that's why I'm putting these basically at the top of the list. If you're going to spend any kind of money on a pair of true wireless earbuds and you want the best when it comes to bass, I would put the Geekfly VAS at the top. Guys, that wraps up my video on my favorite true wireless earbuds when it comes to bass. If you think that I missed any, or if you think there's any that I should check out, just let me know in the comment section below. But thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Thank you guys so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.